I never thought I'd see the day when a neon green Lamborghini blocked the only gate to my ranch, let alone be the reason I brought out a literal armored tank. But that's exactly what happened. The moment I turned the corner and saw her parked right across my private driveway, doors wide open, sunglasses on, casually filming herself like she was starring in her own luxury car ad, I knew this wasn't just another HOA power trip. This was something else, something dangerous. Her name? Clarissa, HOA President, walking Prada display, full-time tyrant, and that day, she crossed a line I didn't even think she could see. I asked her to move, twice, politely. She smirked and said, "This gate violates community harmony. I'm staging a peaceful blockade." She didn't know I had a plan, a machine, a steel beast named Brutus waiting under a tarp in my barn. She wanted drama. She got war. Because when someone parks a $300,000 car across the wrong gate, they shouldn't be surprised when it ends up flattened. I moved out here for one thing: peace. 30 acres of untouched land, no streetlights, no sidewalks, no HOA, just my ranch, my dogs, and the wind. But peace is fragile. A year ago, a luxury subdivision popped up next door. Glass houses, fake grass, tiny yappy dogs, and designer vests. I didn't care. Until the HOA tried to rope me in. They claimed a dusty service road I maintained now belonged to the community easement. I laughed. They didn't. First came the flyers, community events, compliance notices, friendly reminders taped to my mailbox. Then came the pink tags. Apparently my steel ranch gate, which had stood untouched for 12 years, violated their visual harmony guidelines. Enter Clarissa. She arrived in a Lambo like Cleopatra on wheels. Diamond sunglasses, expensive perfume that could probably dissolve rust. "This gate is a liability," she told me. "I'm giving you 7 days." I told her she was trespassing. She handed me a printed HOA citation and said, "So are you." The next morning I found tire tracks on my property. The day after that, a fine. Then came her stunt. She started parking her car across my gate. Not for 5 minutes. For hours. I couldn't get deliveries. Livestock feed rotted in the sun. Guests turned around thinking they had the wrong address. Every time I confronted her, she'd smile and say, "Just exercising community oversight." But when she started filming TikToks in front of my ranch sign, that's when I knew. This wasn't about the gate. It was about control. And Clarissa thought she was winning. She had no idea what was coming. She escalated fast. Within 2 weeks, Clarissa turned a passive-aggressive HOA dispute into a full-blown harassment campaign. She installed fake HOA patrol signs along the public easement road and started sending airdrop violation notices to anyone driving to my property. Neighbors started getting cold-shouldered just for waving at me. Then it got ugly. One morning I came outside to find my gate covered in glitter. Glitter, super glued to the hinges. The next week my water line was sliced. A plumber confirmed, clean cut, fresh tool marks. Then she posted my address on a community app. "Beware of dangerous gate. Rancher has military vehicles on site, not family friendly." And she wasn't wrong about the tank, that is. In my barn sat a decommissioned FV433, legally owned, museum-plated, and fully restored. A project I'd finished during lockdown. It was harmless. Until now, because the final straw came on a scorching Saturday. I was hauling 600 pounds of livestock feed in the truck, and there it was, Clarissa's Lambo, dead center in front of my gate. Doors open, no driver in sight. On the gate, a printed letter. "This gate is now officially under community review. Blockade in place until HOA deems it non-hazardous." I couldn't even pull onto my own land. That's when something snapped. I called the sheriff. They said they'd send someone. Again. I walked back to the barn, ripped off the tarp. Brutus waited, dust-covered, massive, quiet. That night I didn't sleep. I checked oil levels, charged batteries, reviewed footage, made sure every step I took was legal, documented, and undeniable. If Clarissa wanted spectacle, she was about to get a historic one. Morning, Brutus roared to life. The steel beast I'd built from rust and love shook the barn as it rolled onto the pasture. Neighbors peeked out from porches. Phones came out. Whispers flew. I posted a laminated sign at the gate. Private property obstruction. Vehicle removal in progress. Liability lies with vehicle owner. HOA has been notified. I messaged the sheriff again, and my lawyer, then I flipped on the tank's speaker system. Final warning, move the vehicle. You have 60 seconds. Silence. No Clarissa. So I rolled forward. Brutus wasn't fast, but he was loud. The kind of sound that wakes every bird, every neighbor, and every HOA member within a mile. I didn't run over the Lambo. Not yet. I nudged it. Front bumper met armored plate, tires squealed, metal crumpled, and right on cue, Clarissa came sprinting across the grass in high heels. Stop! That's my car! I popped the hatch, stared down from the turret. I gave you warnings. You ignored everyone. She shrieked that she was calling on police. They're already on the way. Cue sirens. Sheriff's cruiser pulled up. Deputy Marks got out. He'd been here before. Ma'am, he said, you're trespassing. Again. Clarissa exploded. He's crushing my car. Marks looked at Brutus, then at me, then at the Lambo. She's not crushed yet, he said calmly, and you left it on his gate. Clarissa opened her mouth, then shut it. I handed her a folder. Inside? My property deed, HOA exemption, fence permits, and a civil suit for $62,000 in damages. And on top, a cease and desist order. Clarissa turned white. She backed away like she'd just seen a ghost. The crowd had grown, neighbors in lawn chairs, a local news drone overhead. Clarissa tried to reason with Marks, but he waved her off. You've been warned, and he's legally in the right. That car is trespassing. She stomped to her Lambo. Tried to start it. Dead battery. I couldn't help myself. I flipped the tank's speaker back on. Guess that blockade's not working out. Then, very slowly, I eased Brutus forward again. I didn't go full monster truck. I was careful. I crushed the front corner. Just enough for the hood to fold like paper. Then stopped. Clarissa screamed. The crowd cheered. I stepped down, handed Marks a flash drive of every violation she'd committed. He nodded. We'll be in touch, he said. She won't be. Section 6, closure plus takeaway plus CTA. Clarissa resigned 2 days later. No apology, no statement, just a moving truck and a for sale sign in front of her glass house. The HOA, they issued an official statement. The HOA recognizes it acted outside its authority and will re-examine jurisdictional boundaries. Translation, we lost. My gate still stands, repainted, reinforced. Brutus is back in the barn, under the tarp, retired again, unless needed. And Clarissa, let's just say she's now an urban legend on HOA forums. If there's one thing this taught me, it's this. Never mistake silence for surrender. Sometimes the best revenge is quiet, heavy, and rolls on treads. So tell me, what would you do if someone blocked your land with a Lambo? Comment below, and if you made it this far, drop a justice served in the comments. Brutus would be proud.